Hello, students. Today we'll talk about human health and disease. Health, for a long time, was considered as a state of body and mind where there was a balance of certain humors, or you can say chemicals. This is what early Greeks like Hippocrates as well as Indian Ayurveda system of medicine they have asserted. It was thought that persons with black bile belonged to hot personality and would have fevers. This idea was arrived at by pure reflective thought. The discovery of blood circulation by William Harvey using experimental method and the demonstration of normal body temperature in persons with black bile using thermometer disproved the good humor hypothesis of health. In later years, biology stated that mind influences through neural system and endocrine system our immune system, and that our immune system maintains our health. Hence, mind and mental state can affect our health. So, in this regard, WHO in the year 1948 they have defined term health, which is basically a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. The WHO, that is World Health Organization definition of health, recognizes the three dimension of health. One is physical aspect, which is basically pertains to the perfect functioning of all body parts, that is various organs and organ system. It can determined by various tests. The next one is mental state, or you can say the mental health, which implies the coordination between the individual with respect to its environment. A mentally sound individual is free from tensions, anxiety, other emotional stress, etc., and therefore perform his functions in a better way in his environment. Unlike physical health, it is difficult to assess the mental health of the individual. So, the third dimension, as per WHO, is social health. So basically, it implies that every person living in a society possess basic requirements of life. That is, they must have good earning or source of income. They may have the good food, which is very essential for the sustainability of their life, and a clean drinking water, a clean place for living, which is important for a happy family life, cooperative interaction with the neighbors and friends, which can lead to a blissful life for the individual. Recently, another aspect, which you can say the fourth dimension of the health, which has been included or they have suggested for the inclusion of this aspect, it is spiritual health. So most of the discoveries in biologies have now stated that mind influences body's immune system through coordinating different systems like neural system, endocrine system. So in other words, our immune system maintains our health and mind, and mental state can affect our body. So let's talk about the factors which affect the health. See, basically the first factor which affect our health is genetic disorder. Any genetic disorder which is being transmitted from one generation to another generation, that is being from parents to their child, it can have very much adverse effect in the normal functionality of the body or functioning of the body of the individual, which can lead to many more miseries, or you can say difficulties in leading a normal life. So the deficiency or defects which a child inherits from parents since birth, these are coming under this genetic disorders, like you have already studied in the previous chapters of inheritance, in which you have studied about the Down syndrome, Klinefelter syndrome, like that. And another one is Turner syndrome, which are basically the autosomal and sex linked disorders. Likewise, infections are also common factors which affect the health of the individual. Like nowadays, you know why we are studying like this, because of the infection which is very very communicable. Mass destruction is being observed through the widespread of the COVID-19 virus, that is coronavirus. So infections can also lead to the degradation of the health of the persons. They can be bacterial, viral, or fungal, or whatever be the other sources of the organisms, which are basically microorganisms. So they can affect the health of the individual. Likewise, lifestyle of the individual also has very very big role in affecting, or you can say maintaining the health of the individual. So it includes the food, the water we intake, the habits that we have, that is whether we are taking the rest, or we are performing regular exercises, or we are taking the good quality materials available in the environment. So these are the basic things which basically affect the health of the individual. So how to be an healthy individual, or you are going to achieve the good health? So these are the basic points which I have listed in this note, that we need to take a balanced diet. See, we have already studied the what are the different components of a balanced diet in our lower classes, that they may include carbohydrate, protein, fats, roughage, minerals, vitamins, including water also. So water is also part of balanced diet. So which is already I have given here in the second point, that is clean drinking water is also a very basic factor which affects the health of the individual. Likewise, hygiene is also playing a very important role in you can say the making individual to be a very healthy person. See, hygiene, it can be divided into two types of hygiene. Basically, person's own hygiene is coming under personal hygiene, and social hygiene, in which public places where you are visiting, the way they are using, the type of sanitization which is being provided there, it includes the health of the people there who are visiting frequently to those sites. See, likewise, the very next important factor, or you can say the point which can affect the health of the individual, is the proper regular exercise. When it is performed by the individuals, it can maintain the good health of the individual. So people having daily or they are performing the physical exercises on the daily basis, or whoever is meditating or doing yoga, they are having more, they are more prone to develop the immunity power as compared to the persons who are avoiding these activities in their daily basis. Now the next thing, that is the fifth point, is the knowledge about the disease. So if we are having certain preconcepts and knowledge that how certain type of disease is being transmitted, or it is being spreading from one person to another person or in the community, so on that basis we can take a decision, or we can take preventive measures so as to avoid from being getting infected and developing disease inside the bodies. So previous knowledge of any disease, see, you can correlate with the present scenario, in which we already know how to wear a mask and why to wear a mask, and how to maintain the physical distancing while we are outside our houses because of the mass spreading of this COVID-19 virus. So whatever be the preventive measures which can be taken by the individuals, it will help to prevent ourselves, our family members, and also beneficial for the society, so as to cut down the process of spreading of this disease from one person to another person if it is a communicable disease. Likewise, developing immunity system, it can be maintained by having proper vaccination. So we already know there are certain vaccines available which we used to give to the young ones or babies, infants. These are the polio vaccines, or you can say BCG vaccines, which are helpful for preventing various viral infection diseases, and due to which the child is able to develop the immunity which is because of the vaccine which is being given to them. Likewise, the next point which is very important is disposal of the waste. So how we are disposing the waste, which is either biodegradable or non biodegradable or factory waste, whatever be the different sources of material. See, proper waste disposal also throw away the tension, or you can say the it reduces the amount of getting the infections in the environment by the microorganisms which are prevailing over these disposable materials or waste. Likewise, if proper waste disposable mechanism is being followed up, you know that most of the vectors which are pertaining over these materials, they can be removed, or they are not getting the exact material or organic waste on which they are being developed or being grown. So vectors or the animals, you can say, or these are the organisms which carry the pathogens from one place to another places, that is from one place to the healthy individuals, like mosquitoes and all, which are carrying malaria and dengue and etc., flies. So if we know how to control the vectors properly, what are the different ways by spraying chemicals etc., or having proper net facilities over our windows, it can be very helpful for us to prevent these vectors and how to stop their growth. So these are the certain mechanisms, or you can say the different methods or steps which you can take to have a good health. Thank you so much.